race fans, and welcome to Montgomery, Alabama. It's Connor Speed, joined by Alan Johnson. Hey everyone, it's Alan Johnson from the ATPS commentary booth. We are enjoying our off-season, but we will be back again in October. And we're here in a very nicely air-conditioned booth in Montgomery, Alabama on a hot summer night, getting ready to rock and roll in the yellow Hammer 150. Alan, I know you were there for the opening race of the CLMS, and I know you were excited for that. So, walk us through what to expect tonight. Chaos. If the first race was anything to go by, it's going to be pure chaos. Alright, well, you heard it from the man himself, so let's go into some of the storylines that are going to be a factor in this race. And we can start with Quinn Yeager, who's starting on the pole. Actually, no, I got somewhere better we can start. And before we dive in, never mind, Ethan O'Connor, he is going for back-to-back wins, trying to be the first one ever to pull those feet off in the ARCA Dr. Craftsman Late Model Series. Already off to a great start, he is. Anyway, Ethan O'Connor did win at Ocala Speedway for the Sunshine State 150. Now he's looking to pull it off here 1 week later in the season. Can he go back to back, or will someone else take the mantle? Quinn Yeager, he struggled all race long last week in Ocala, but he's back again and he's got the pole position. So let's see if that 42 car can get it turned around. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He did not get anything going in Ocala. He struggled mightily, and it was just rough to watch. But hopefully, this will be the start of the turnaround, and we'll see the Quinn Yeager that won the Slinger Nationals last year. There I saw Leland 5, and here's Luke Sylvain making his debut in that number 37 car. Yeah, Arivia Motorsports picked up Luke Sylvain on the agreement with Casey's backing that he would race in this race. So he missed the Sunshine State 150, so he's already starting behind the 8 mile, and he's got a long way to go to catch up to the competition. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy road for him. And here you have J.D. Bragler, who brought a Mini on a really fantastic debut, and he's looking for more. J.D. Bragler, cousins with J.D. Fatal, was sent down to the CLMS, while Fatal would take over the ATPS program, and he's now driving the number 4 car, which now is racing as Forever, while the 93 is still underneath the Burnout Club branding. Well, that's an interesting strategy over that team. We'll see how that plays out for them. And there you see Alan Mooch. He scored a top 10 in his first outing back in a late model, running the same scheme that he started with, a nice blue and orange car. Well, actually, it was more of a neon blue orange colors. These are more Broncos colors, and it suits his style, and I love this look from Alan Mooch. It's a classic, and you can never go wrong with the classics. Absolutely wonderful time. And speaking of storylines, we keep seeing Leland fight that number 27 car. Here's Ian Stiles. He's definitely somewhere in the middle of a rough road here. Yeah, Ian Stiles, he had it rough. I think he got wrecked out in the last race, if I recall right. Don't remember, but he struggled, and he's looking for a rebound, so hopefully he can get it done. Now, we keep seeing Leland fight that 27 Pontiac. Now, he is actually changing manufacturers to Dodge, and that's going to be interesting to see starting at Slinger Nationals. There you can see Ian Stiles. He's somewhere in the back. He had a pretty bad qualifying run, too. So, on that note, the storylines were brought to you by Contenders and Pretenders, where Tanner Camper separates the contenders from the pretenders. We're going to take a look at the starting lineup, brought to you by This Lap on Car Sport, trash talking at 200 miles per hour. engines have fired. We are ready to go in the Yellowhammer 150. And all 25 drivers ready to pull away. Ethan O'Connor does not go. Oh no, that's going to be a disastrous start for the 2018. Hopefully they can get it fixed and back on to the raceway, so they can hopefully score some points. And he came in as the points leader, Alan Johnson. Oh, disaster for the 2018. But still, we have 24 other cars that are ready to go for this 150 lap event here in Montgomery. Alright, I'll take it from here. Pace car's gonna peel down pit road. Green flag's gonna fly right through the air, and away we go! We're racing in Montgomery, and they're already headed for turn 1. Quinn Jagger to the inside. He's got Evan Toddy to his outside. Quinn Jagger gets the lead on turn number 2. He will go to the outside. He'll stay in front of Alan Mooch as they go to turn 3. And they're side by side right behind Quinn Jagger coming off turn 4. Jagger across the straight. He leads lap 1. 150 laps in this event. Quinn Jagger goes into turns 1 and 2. He washes up the racetrack. He's way up the racetrack into the wall. And that's going to open up the door for Alan Mooch. Here comes the 26 car. He's going to take the lead away. And Alan Mooch rockets away. He's got the lead with help from Max Morrell in that 4 car. And Mooch in the 26 car to the point for the first time this season. Here he comes off turn 2, side by side with Jagger. Morrell looking to try and find a way around. He will keep tire tracks with Mooch there side by side behind him, following Quinn Jagger around. Battle for second is the best battle on the racetrack. Here they come, complete lap number 3. Max Morrell dives to the inside. Jagger's gonna get between him and Mooch, and Jagger slides into second. Quinn Jagger, Slinger Nationals champ, trying to find his rhythm early on in this season as they roll into turn 3. Slinger Nationals coming up next, so it's going to be huge for Quinn Jagger to get as a momentum swing, hopefully in his favor. Well, either way, he's still trying to get around Alan Mooch as we've watched this battle for the lead unfold. They are down the back stretch, side by side behind them. That's Danny Suarez and Michael Patron. And Jagger's caught up to Mooch. He's on the back bumper. We are 5 laps down, 145 to go. Yeah, 145 laps to go, still a long way. Don't tear up your equipment here in the early go. It could result in disaster. Jagger dives to the inside. And Quinn Jagger, just like that, is gonna take the lead away from Alan Mooch. Jagger back to the point, and he'll lead for the first time since lap 2. Now they roll back in turn 1. Yeah, they're side by side into turns 1 and 2. Now here they come down the back stretch. Great action behind the leaders. Now they're starting to sort out single file. Evan Toddy Patron continues to be the best battle on the racetrack. And oh, they're stacking up double file behind him. Patron's to the inside of Max Morrell. Yeah, that's a pretty great battle, but Morrell's going to hang on to the spot for now. Great side-by-side racing back there. That's Ian Stiles, it looks like. Oh, that's Star Racer and Danny Suarez battling for position back there, with Newman in the middle of 3 wide, and I think they'll back out of it. No, they're still 3 wide behind the leaders. That is way behind them, and oh, that could end in disaster, but they do get it sorted out now. Nope, never mind, they're still 3 wide. Wow, I wish we were watching that, but this is a pretty intense battle for second right now between Roberto Crown Jr. and Alan Mooch. Roberto Crown Jr. trying to go for a rebound race, and Alan Mooch trying to, keep a top 10 points run going on board with Alan Mooch in his 26 car. Man, this 26 car knows his way around Montgomery surprisingly well. Alan Mooch, well, his story is well documented. Born in Maryland, raised in Maryland, moves on from Colorado, first chance he gets, opens up Cyberstorm Racing in the old Furniture World Racing home, and now we're on board with Roberto Crown Jr. Yeah, Roberto Crown Jr. of Crown Ultra Racing, formerly known as Right and Turn Racing, switched over to Chevrolet. He's got that great class backing here in the CLMS, and he will have Beyblade Burst sponsorship in the ADPS. Interesting development there. We will hopefully keep tabs on that during the season. Well, meanwhile, here's Max Morrell, the sprint car Fiam. He's in the wall. That opens it over for Patron. Ooh, and Ian Stiles goes by as well. That's the boss man there of Ian Stiles. Ian washes up the racetrack, way up the racetrack. And Styles with a win at Nashville Fairgrounds in the ADPS. Closest finish in the ADPS at 1/100th of a second. Oh man, if it was any closer, it would have been insane that night. 11 cautions as well as we continue to follow around the lead battle. No, this is the battle for second between Mooch and Roberto Crown, but it's really not much of a battle. Roberto has not been able to catch up to Mooch. Yeah, well, he's got Patron there to his inside. No, they're being chased down by Michael Patron in that 57 car. Back to turn 3 they go. Hard fought battle early on here for the number 26-33 as they continue the battle for second. Meanwhile, back here, it's Star Racer in the wall. He gets into Justin Newman. They both go around. That's going to bring us a caution for the first time tonight here on lap 16 of 150. Ouch. And technically it'd be 15. Yeah, we're going to cut back. Quinn Jagger will lead across the stripe. And Quinn Jagger maintains the lead. Now we are getting word pit road is going to be open, and if I'm right, I think everyone's going to be pitting here. Yeah, a lot of drivers are going down pit road. Quinn Jagger, Alan Mooch, Roberto Crown Jr. Now here's something about Montgomery. It's a dual pit road like Bristol, unlike Bristol where you have one on the front stretch, one on the back stretch. Both of them are on the front stretch. It's an interesting pit road to say the least. And it looks like everyone's going to be taking 4 tires and fuel here. Getting word that one car did stay out, and it's the 21 of Nate Wines. As here we see a lot of the drivers taking 4 tires and fuel. Kylie Grider, Star Racer coming in. Star Racer was involved in that caution. Quinn Jagger, oh wow. He'll be the first one out, but he better be so thankful that official is on. Is that official okay? He just kind of drove through him. I think that was a hologram. Holographic officials? When did this become a thing? I don't know. Either way, Nate Wine stayed out. As we had reported, he will have the lead going into the restart. And let's see if we can find out what happened. No, we know what happened. The question is not what happened. The better question is how did it happen? Absolutely, that is a good question. So, here's the replay. Star Racer washes up the racetrack, into the wall, comes down, Justin Newman, bad, wrong place, wrong time, he just goes around. Yeah, there's just nothing Justin Newman could do there. He had it, he got there thinking there was going to be, that Star Racer was going to stay up on the outside line. And you're going to see it here in this replay. Watch Star Racer. Washes up the track. Newman's thinking he's going to stay up there, but he comes down without warning, and it just Newman, wrong place, wrong time, goes around, and there's the outcome. A caution. A very early race caution here for a Star Racer in that 84 Dodge for his own team. There you see him hit the wall, and not a good angle there. Yeah, this spectator cam is not a great angle. Is it the spectator cam? Yeah, that's what the camera crews call it. Interesting. I did not know that. Well, now you do. Anyway, we're gonna go on board with Dylan Jones here. Dylan Jones, the Snowball Derby champion. Yeah, he's got a long road in front of him before this caution even happens. Just driving around, minding his own business. Then there you see Star Racer up the racetrack, comes down into Newman, bye-bye. Yeah, absolutely harsh hit from there. And here's the angle we saw. Just up, down, and around. Well, that's just how it goes sometimes here in racing. And on that note, we're going to step aside for a break. Come right back with some more CLMS racing action here on the Competition Racing Network. Caution number 1 on the night is out as Star Racer washes up the racetrack, hits the wall. Bad timing, wrong place, wrong time for Justin Newman. They both go for a spin. Fortunately, they are able to continue on in the race with minor damage. So we'll catch you guys for the restart right after these messages. Hey.
Hey, you wanna get fit and play games at the same time, you big ding-dong? Well, boy, I got something for you. Wii Sports! In this epic game of fitness, you can get fit! Look at him playing that good job there, Bob! Look, it's time for baseball! Oh, he missed! Holy! Golf! Now, time for boxing! Remember to plug in the nunchuck! Wii Sports! Get it now!
This is KR. He is very bored.
Gosh diddly darn it, am I bored.
Yes, I just said that. You don't have to repeat me.
I am very much allowed to follow my own thoughts, damn it. Wait a minute. Who the f-
If you are like KR, spice up your life and get a rabbit. These furry little animals are the cutest thing in the world. What do? Well, they sleep and then sleep some more. A little more, maybe even more. They'll also eat everything they see, so clean up all the trash if you don't want to pay hundreds of dollars at the vet. And all that food of course comes out in enormous amounts of poop, which you, yes you, have to clean. They'll also attract fun new friends to your house, and maybe, if you're lucky, they'll even move a little bit. You can try to pet or hold them, at your own risk. So what are you waiting for? Get a rabbit today!
Who are you? How did you get into my...
Whoops, he asked a little too many questions there. Don't be like him, buy a rabbit today.
What am I doing with my life? How is moving toy cars going to lead me to a successful future? Is this my purpose on the earth? Is this my purpose, world? Talk to me, world! Is this my purpose? Hey y'all, it's Cater Johns. And occasionally, when I need to feel at peace with this world, I do just one thing. And that is, crack open an ice-cold peace tea. Man, I'm feeling at peace with the world already. Woo! So what are y'all waiting for? Drink peace tea to...
Welcome back to the Craftsman Late Model Series. I'm Jack Roberts alongside Connor Speed and my great co-host Scott Miles. Well, we're both great. His co-host, I'm Scott Miles. Welcome back to the Old Hero 150 from Montgomery. We got a pit report coming in from Kelly Stark. So, Kelly, what is the word on the 28 car?
Ethan O'Connor was supposed to start inside the top 10, but unfortunately his team has discovered they had a faulty piston. They have been trying feverishly to fix it, but to no avail. The 28 team is taking it to the holler. Their night is over.
What a heartbreak for that 28 team not being able to go due to an issue with the engine. And unfortunately, that's not what they needed here. The points leader coming in, he's not going to be the points leader anymore. Absolutely not. Anyway, I'm Connor Speed. Alan Dodson, he stepped out. Had some other obligations to take care of. Something about an award show at Nationwide Arena in Columbus for the ADPS. That's what he's told me, so... We're going to go back green with Nate Wines in the lead. Green flag back in the air. Wines gives a great jump. Takes on to turn one. Following around Quinn Jagger as he's got Mooch behind him. Jagger up the racetrack. Way up the racetrack. Back in the wall. And Quinn Jagger back in the wall. That's going to give Alan Mooch second place. Michael Petrol is going to go by for a third. Off turn number 4. Nate Wines continues to lead. Nate Wines continues to lead. Meanwhile, we're following around Quinn Jagger, seeing how bad the fallout is going to be. 3 wide with Roberto Crown in the middle of that. KR to the inside. Great run for KR. Jagger back in the wall. Quinn Jager back in the wall. They head back for turn 3, side by side. That is for fourth on the racetrack, and KR's got the spot. KR in that 75 Toyota is on the move. He heads for turn 1. They're side by side, nose to tail, out behind the leader Nate Wines. That's Patron and Mooch battling for second. Alan Mooch, Michael Patron, they can't get off each other. That's going to let KR and Evan Toddy come into the picture. Alan Mooch, Nate Wines, Evan Toddy, they were all ADPS championship contenders at Homestead in June, and none of them won. They all got shown up by Lindsay Dietz. Lindsay Dietz actually edged out for the ADPS title by 9 points over Evan Toddy. Alan Mooch really didn't stand a chance, considering how much of a glass cannon he was. Well, he was actually fairly consistent with an average finish of 13.1, but he took some really hard hits, and I think what did him in were those hits at Nashville, at Milwaukee, and the NASCAR Arena Motordrome. Oh, and don't forget Indy Race Park, where he flipped. He also flipped at Milwaukee. But anyway, back to the action here. 25 laps down, on board with Evan Toddy in the 94 Exto car. Now they head back for turn 1. Yeah, you see the top 3 lined up nose to tail. Evan Toddy really can't catch him, can't get any ground on him, so he's going to have to hope and pray for a caution here. Yeah, and 2 of the top 3 are ADPS championship contenders. Alan Mooch is closing down on Nate Wines. He's got it down to a half second. It's under now, a half second lead. Nate Wines continuing to try and hold off Alan Mooch. He's doing a great job of that so far. Yeah, they're rolling to turn 3, rolling off 4. Nate Wines seems to get a good run off 4, and Mooch seems to be better in turns 1 and 2. But you can see Nate Wines is pulling away here, and that's leaving Alan Mooch to the clutches of Michael Patron, who's hoping to get an ADPS ride sometime in the future. If he does join the ADPS, that would be a barn burner storyline, as Nate Wines continues to lead the way here in Montgomery. Yeah, the Tennessee native finished 3rd in points in the ADPS, and he continues to roll away. He finished 3rd in the championship race at Homestead. Here's Tanner Campos being chased by KR. Yeah, KR spun out and actually got involved in 2 wrecks and still started his way to 13th in the ADPS finale. So he's got a solid career ahead of him. He's just doing this for more short track time as Tanner Campos down the back stretch. Yeah, we're following around Dylan Jones now, way in the back of the field. There you see some side by side. Oh, and there goes Quinn Jager into the wall. He shoves Dylan Jones down the racetrack. Dylan Jones going to get back up onto the racetrack. They're 4 wide. That's not going to work. Dylan Jones around. Cautions out. Lap 31 of 150 cautions out for the second time tonight. And they're going to race back to the line. They head through turns 3 and 4. Patron watches on as Mooch can't do anything. Nate Wines will lead him across the stripe. And that's going to be bad news for Nate Wines. He was hoping that this would cycle around to a full green flag run so he could pit and then have everyone else pit and then come back out as the leader when it all cycle through. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate for him. Strategy did not play out that way, so he's going to go down pit road, get 4 tires, top it off with fuel, and then he'll be good to go. Yeah, that's just an unfortunate break for Nate Wines, and that's just the strategy game. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and when it doesn't work out, you look like an idiot. Pretty much, yeah. Well, I don't even think we need to know what's going to happen here. Alan Mooch will go back to the lead for the impending restart. Yep. Alan Mooch of that 2016 looking pretty good on their pit strategy. Yeah, there's Alan Mooch in that number 26 car, followed by Michael Patron in that 57 car. They are being chased by Evan Toddy in the 94, and then Marco Suarez and Justin Newman round out the top 5. Solid run for Justin Newman right now, despite being spun out in that first caution. So here's what happened. Quinn Jager up the racetrack, into the wall, comes down into Dylan Jones, and then Jones tries to come back up onto the racetrack to goes 4, tries to make it 4 wide, and well, he just went from amazing save to absolute idiot in the matter of 1 turn. Yeah, you can just, now you're going to see it here. Watch one. Now this is going to really be a good angle of what's going to happen. Watch Jager up the racetrack, down the racetrack into Jones, shoves Jones down the racetrack. Jones had it saved after hitting the wall the first time, comes back on the racetrack, makes it for a ride, up into the wall, and he goes around. Well, he really didn't go around, it's just that he just kind of slid up the racetrack because there was no room for him. Yeah, and I don't know if we're going to see the spectator cam or if we're going to... Oh, yeah, we get the spectator cam. Yeah, this angle's not that great. There you can see Quinn Jagger hitting the wall, and then after that, it shoves down the racetrack, and then you can't see anything else until there, where Jones comes back up the racetrack and slides up the racetrack and hits the outside wall. Comes to a dead stop, bringing out caution number 2. Yeah, and that's one of the unfortunate things about short track racing. There's just absolutely nowhere to run. Yeah, well, that's a downside, but it's also a plus side because it can really cause tempers flaring like what Dylan Jones is going to have. I think his main goal was to try and take out Jagger, and he wound up wrecking himself. If that's the case, he failed stock car racing rule 101 as set by Landon Castle. Good, valid point. Well, here's looking at it from our helicopter cam. Yeah, there's 3 wide racing in the back there. How this did not get any worse than that is beyond me, but this is what I was interested in. And right there, that content, Dylan Jones got the worst of it as he fishtailed and went up the racetrack. Yeah, that's just an absolute tough break there for that 48 team, considering he's the Snowball Derby champion from last year. Caution number 2 is out. Dylan Jones has Quinn Jagger hit the outside wall, pins him to the inside wall, keeps him down on the apron, in the grass. Jones comes back up, makes it for a wide, slides on the racetrack and hits the wall. We're going to step aside for a break, come right back with some more action here on the Competition Racing Network from the Grassman Late Model Series. Ooh. Oh, I feel bad for Dylan Jones.
Hey, you there. Yes, you. Do you like having clean and proper teeth?
No!
Do you want to be as cool as Ryan Newman?
Yes!
Then you should try Coca-Cola! This wonderful beverage has so much sugar in it that your teeth will literally die when they see it. Yes, literally die. Why eat all these sugar cubes when you can also drink 1 Coca-Cola and have the same effect? Yes, burn your teeth, kill them today with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Choking is probably the most humane way you can die from our products.
You know, I used to suck at holding footballs. I just couldn't get a good grip on them. Well now, thanks to my Franklin Grip Right football, I can hold footballs with ease. Look, I can hold it like this, I can hold it like this. Oh, I nearly dropped it. I can hold it like this, I can do this, and I can do this, and I'm sure that's not gonna cause $1 million in collateral damage, right? Okay, I'm gonna go now.
Boy, I just can't wait to eat this turkey bacon guacamole spinach wrap from Subway. Although it sounds like the most disgusting thing on the planet, it is the best thing on the planet. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to the Yellowhammer 150 here from the Montgomery Motor Speedway. I'm Jack Roberts alongside my great co-hosts Scott Miles and Connor Speed. Good evening everybody and welcome back to Competition Racing Network coverage of the Craftsman Light Model Series. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. Base car lights are going to go off now. And Alan will get the 1 to go signal and we're going to go back under the green flag. Yeah, it's been a great night full of so many great storylines. You got Nate Wines running well. You got, and well, he just pitted and he's in the back, so it's going to be interesting to see how he goes from the back to the front on those fresher tires. But considering everybody else stayed out, I don't think it's going to be that much of an advantage. You got Michael Patron running very well. Mooch and Toddy, they're having fantastic runs following up their Homestead Miami race from the Arc of Dr. Pepper series. So it should be a fun time as we get ready to go back green. Alan Butch leads Michael Patron, Evan Toddy, Marco Suarez, and Justin Newman into the back to the green flag. That's your top 5. KR running 6th, Campbell 7th, Patrick Paul Donald 8th, 9th, Roberto Crown. Luke Sully rounds out the top 10, green flag back in the air. Yeah, they head back for turn number 1 already. Everybody getting back up to full speed, getting up to full song. You got to do that quickly. And Toddy is going to be chasing down Michael Patron. They're side by side behind him. That's Justin Newman to the inside. He's got 4th. Here's Campos on the move from KR. Yeah, and KR's going the wrong way. Campos on the move. He's got a great race car, and he's moving forward. He's into top 5 right now. Yeah, he's outside the top 5, actually, behind Marco Suarez. He's waiting for Suarez to go 3 straight. KR's in the wall. KR smacks the wall, but he's going to be able to keep it straight and will stay green. Meanwhile, Michael Patron is trying to chase down Alan Mooch. Here they come off turn number 4. Across the straight. Mooch leads back to 1. Yeah, they're headed back for turn number 1. Nose to tail, single file, all on the racetrack, except for Tanner Campos, who's out of the roof. Way up the racetrack. Toddy nearly goes on the wall. Here's Justin Newman for 3rd. Yeah, this is going to be a great battle for 3rd behind Michael Patron and Alan Mooch. And it looks like Newman's going to get the spot without a fight from Toddy. Back to 1. Yeah, they head back for turn number 1. Going the wrong way is Tanner Campos. He was nearly up inside the top 5. And Paul Donlin, last week's dominator at the Ocala Raceway, is back in the top 10. He's currently running 6 behind our top 5. Yeah, the top 5 has a gap. The gap from 1st to 5th is 1.24 seconds. So you could nearly throw a blanket over everybody in the top 5. Yeah, and everyone between 1st through 4th is a second apart, as the top 3 are within a full second of each other across the stripe. Alan Mooch continues to lead on board with Marco Suarez. Yeah, Marco Suarez watching the 94 car, trying to find a way around Evan Toddy. Suarez will be in the ADPS. He'll be driving the number 3 Blast Off Motorsports Napa Dodge for the team. It's going to be interesting to see how he does that. It's going to come off turn number 4. Back to turn 1 they go. Yeah, they're back to turn 1. Nose to tail. Single file aside from the battle for 5th. Did Marcus Suarez hit the wall? Not entirely sure, but this battle for 2nd's about to heat up between Justin Newman and Michael Patron. Newman up the racetrack. Patron holds his line straight and true. And they're headed back for 1. Yeah, nose to tail, back to turn 1, right behind the race leader Alan Mooch, who hails from Colorado. Right now the Mile High State is loving it. Yeah, I think some of those Mile High State fans have traveled out here to Maryland, because I can hear, from the booth, cell phones full blast playing the Avalanche goal horn sound. You gotta be kidding me. Nope, I'm not. How can you hear that all the way from here? It's soundproof. Let's just say I have pretty good hearing. Well, either way, we got some great battles back here, and we're going to pick up Tanner Campos, who's going the wrong way. Meanwhile, right in front of him, it's Marco Suarez and Maximo Real battling for position. Yeah, Maximo Real inside the top 20 in the ADPS points. Battling with Marco Suarez, who's going to be a rookie. Suarez in the wall, nearly makes contact with Campos. I think they did make contact. Well, either way, Tanner Campos got the better end of it, and he's moving forward. Tanner Campos moving forward across the stripe, back to turn 1. On board with Tanner Campos. And he's watching side by side with KR and Maximo Real. Now they get single file. Buckle up, this could be how this race goes for a little bit. Yeah, they're rolling into turn 3 right now. Keep Tanner Campos in 10th as we run lap number 48. 49 is on the board now. Yeah, it hasn't changed to 49, which is interesting. So we're at 48 laps in, 47 laps in, going to be 48 when Alan Mooch comes across the stripe here. 49 laps on the board. Remember, halfway is 75 laps. So yeah, this race could be official when we get to lap 75. Here they come down the back stretch. Headed for turn 3, Paul Donlin inside the top 5. He absolutely dominated the Ocala race, and it all went wrong on him. Well, here they come, rolling into turn 3. Yeah, they roll into turn 3. Here's the 57 Patron trying to find a way around Alan Mooch. Can't do it. He can't even get to the back bumper. Alan Mooch is trying to check out. Patron up the racetrack. Opens up the door for Justin Newman. And Justin Newman's going to try to make that pass. Keeps Patron on the outside line. Yeah, and Justin Newman's going to make that pass for second down the backstretch. They're still side by side, and Newman's going to clear him. Yeah, Justin Newman finally clears Michael Patron, but how long is he going to hold on to second there? Yeah, that was a great battle behind the leaders. Shame we didn't have our cameras on that. That was a fun battle. Yeah, meanwhile, Paul Donlin, Evan Todd, PQ guys having a pretty great run. Yeah, PQ guys finished top 20 in points in the ADPS as well, 17th, I believe. And they roll into turn 3 as Alan Mooch continues to show the way here in that number 26 Chevrolet. Yeah, down the backstretch off turn 2, headed for turn 3, and once again Patron and Newman putting up a battle for second. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle. Patron wants the spot back. Newman wants to hold on to the spot. They head back for 1. Yeah, they head back for turn number 1. Paul Donlin and Evan Toddy battling for position number 4 on the racetrack. So, Donlin's following the tire tracks of Toddy. And behind them is the 33 of Roberto Crown Jr., who's having a great and solid rebound race from the Ocala race. Yeah, Roberto Crown Jr. had a disastrous Ocala race. And right now, he's in the top 10. Alan Mooch, though, continues to lead the way here on lap 55 of 150. Yeah, we are inside 100 laps to go. Going to have 95 to go when we get across the strap. And it's going to be Justin Newman chased down by Michael Patron for second once more. That so far seems to be the best battle on the racetrack that we see so far. If there are any better battles on the racetrack, hopefully we can get to them. But knowing this camera crew, the CRN camera crew, I don't trust my luck. Well, anyway, on board with Michael Patron, they head off at turn 4. Patron's up the racetrack, leaves the inside open, but he'll hang on to third. Lucky break for Patron. If Evan Toddy was anywhere closer, that would have been a disaster, and Toddy probably could have gone to the inside and taken off with not 1, but 2 spots to chase down Alan Mooch. Yeah, Toddy would have had a great shot to try and go for Alan Mooch, but Mooch has it up to a half-second lead, just slightly over half-a-second lead. It's just under 6/10 of a second right now. And if they keep staying single file, it's going to stabilize. No, it grows to 6/10 of a second for Alan Mooch. There you see Tanner Campos. He is on the move. Tanner Campos in that 00 car hanging around the top 10, trying to chase down PQ guy for 9th. He's still in those tire tracks, and PQ guy's not running the optimal line here. Yeah, the optimal line here is you want to hug that white line right there in the turns. If you can do that, you're pretty good around this track, but unfortunately, not everyone can pull that off. And here's Nate Wines going to the inside of Ian Stiles, and that's just outside the top 10. Just outside the top 10, and Luke Silva having himself a solid run. There you see Marco Suarez. He's chasing down Kylie Grider. We're talking about Luke Silva in that 37 car. Yeah, and Kylie Grider's trying to chase down Marco Suarez in that 18 Dodge. And she's going to leave the inside line open for Luke Silva. Silva can't make the pass. And he's being chased by Nate Wines, who's storming his way through the field. Nate Wines, he's been the storyline of this run so far. We're 60 laps down, we got 90 to go. And we're back, we're going to show up to the leader, Alan Mooch. He's caught up to lap traffic. Yeah, that's J.D. Bregler ahead in that Burnout Club 94 car. And down the backstretch, Mooch dies to the inside. Yeah, Alan Mooch is going to keep the 93 up there, and Bregler's bad night just got a lot worse. He's a lap down. And Alan Mooch is going to trap Bregler a lap down. Oh, there's contact between the 6 and the 93. Justin Newman trying to keep up with Alan Mooch, and it's not going to pay off. Yeah, down the backstretch, they head for turn number 3, rolling to turn number 4, and Bregler's going the wrong way in a hurry. Yeah, he's lost a lap, and he's already had to let the top 3 go by. Here comes Evan Toddy. Is Bregler going to let Toddy go by is the question. Evan Toddy in that 94 car. He'll be driving the 32 Chevrolet for his own team, North Star Racing, next year. J.D. Bregler surrenders and comes to pit road. Yeah, so Bragler was banking on a caution. I don't think he got that caution. We're 65 laps in, gonna have 85 to go next time by when we get back across the stripe. Justin Newman trying to chase down Alamucci's got it down to 43 100ths of a second. So watch that lead interval there and with intent. As they come across the stripe, it's down to 41 100ths of a second. Yeah, and it's dropping rapidly. Justin Newman having himself a pretty fantastic run in that number 6 car. They head back for turns 3 and 4 as Michael Patrone watches on. Yeah, Michael Patrone's watching on, and there you see the gap between first, second, and third. It's up to 93 100ths of a second between first and third. Now it's up to a full second. Yeah, it's grown to a 45 100th of a second lead for Mooch over Newman. And meanwhile, back here, got some hard-nosed racing back here. Ian Styles smacks the wall, and he's going around. Caution's out. I really do not like that spectator angle. That's just, why do they bother showing us that angle when we could just send in a drone? Honestly, I think a drone would do better than the spectator cam when on there. Yeah, Alamucci's leading everybody on the pit road while you were throwing up a snit-fit conundrum about all that. Once again, gotta remind you that this is a dual pit road where the front stretch, where both pit roads are on the front stretch and not two separate lanes, with one on the front stretch, one on the back stretch like you see at Bristol. Mooch is on pit road and he's gonna be taking, it looks like 4 tires of fuel for everybody again. And once again, we are getting word that Nate Wines is staying out again, so he's playing the strategy card. Is Alamucci gonna be the first one out? Gonna be close if he is. Well, Mooch was the first one in. He's going to be the first one out. He will beat Patron out. It was no contest. That 2016 was fast. Yeah, that 2016 put down a laser stop. And the 2016 will come out P2 behind Nate Wines, who stays out on the strategy card yet again. Yeah, Bragler also stayed out, but that's also because he went down pit road underneath that last green flag run. Yeah, that's what he was. That's the last thing Bragler wanted to see right there, a caution. Well, he was already, going to be a lap down anyway. But nonetheless, bad run for Bragler, so let's find out what happened, actually. So Ian Styles goes up the racetrack. Turn 2 has been Calamity Corner all night long. Gets into Luke Silvey. Oh, and he puts Silvey in the wall, and he goes for a spin. Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't any worse than that. I'm honestly surprised too, because normally a wreck like that, it gets a lot worse. Well, here's looking at it again. Yeah, he was washed. Yeah, he was losing. Yeah, he was way out of the groove in turns 1, and Tyler Go got a piece of it. So it was a 3-car incident. Yeah, and here's the angle we saw. Nobody likes this angle for this track. Yeah, absolutely. Because you got some campers right there, and then you can see all the action down the backstretch, and then you go into turn 3, and there's more campers and some haulers. That angle just does not work for this track. As I appreciate the effort, but we can't make it work. We gotta send in the drone. Do we even have a drone? I believe the CRN does have a drone. Interesting. On board with Danny Suarez as he sees a whole lot of action. Ooh, near miss for him. Lucky miss for that number 15 car. Danny Suarez making his second ever CLMS start. Danny's right behind. He's right next to Danny Go there in that 24 car. Yeah, here's a look at it from the onboard, from the helicopter, I should say. Yeah, there's the contact with Silvey. Silvey hits the wall, but Styles gets the worst of it with that spin. Oh, it's been a long night for Ian Styles, and it just got a lot longer as caution number 3 on the night is out. Ian Styles washes up the racetrack, comes out of the grove, hits the outside wall, hits Luke Sullivan, around he goes, Tyler Doe hits the 86 as well. We're going to step down for a break, come right back with some more racing action here on the Competition Racing Network. You're watching the Craftsman Late Model Series Yellowhammer 150. Oh, I feel bad for Styles.
You know, it's crazy how all this started on an app.
Welcome back to the Yellowhammer 150 from the Montgomery Motor Speedway. I'm Connor Speed, joined by my great co-hosts, Jack Roberts and Scott Miles. Welcome back as we get ready to go back into the green flag. Lights are going to go out atop the pace car. Nate Lyons stay underneath that last caution. JD Regular, he is one lap down. There you see the flag man giving a signal. Lights out. Regular goes to the inside. Yeah, and that's going to take away the inside line from the leaders, so it's going to be interesting to see how that affects the race. But all 24 drivers who started this race are still in this race. The only driver who did not start was Ethan O'Connor, as he had an engine issue in the early go of this race. Not even before it was right as they gave the command to fire up the engines, and he just did not get going. Well, either way, pace car is going to be back down pit road. They're going to come to the green flag. Let's see what Nate Lyons can do. Here they come rolling off turn number 4. He'll get into the restart zone. Green flag's going to fly right back through the air. And already Paul Donald looks to the inside. Yeah, Paul Donald was looking to the inside. He'll dive it to the inside going into turn 1. Yeah, here they come off turn number 2. J.D. Brangler trying to get that lap back side by side with Michael Patron. That is Paul Donald battling for position. Now he's got to the inside of Donald. Mooch up the racetrack, way up the racetrack. He's out of the groove, nearly 4 wide. They go 4 wide. Roberto Crown with a great save. What a save by Roberto Crown Jr. They're still 3 wide, headed for turn 1. Dab down through turn 2. Contact between Mooch and Patron, and they will save it. Mooch in the wall. Alan Mooch hits the wall, but it's not going to be hard enough to ruin his night. Tanner Campos on the move. Tanner Campos, we've been talking about him for a majority of the night. They're still 3 wide behind him. Suarez and Toddy and down low to the inside of Allen. Yeah, meanwhile, out in front, there you see it, Paul Donlin working his way through traffic. He's got those fresh tires, and now he's going for the lead. Can he catch up to him? It's 69/100ths of a lead, second of the lead. Heh, nice. Off turn 2, let's see, off turn 4 I should say, let's see how close it is now. And it's stabilized at 69/100ths of a second here on, nope, it's up to 74/100ths of a second as we got KR battling. Oh, Roberto Crown Jr. hits the wall. Yeah, Roberto Crown Jr. hits the wall now. They're going to go 3 wide again. Suarez to the inside. Yeah, but Roberto Crown gets in front of it. And now they're going to, let's see if Bragler makes 3 wide. He will not. He wisely backs out of that. Side by side, multiple rows deep behind our top 3. And Roberto Crown's got the spot. Paul Donlin closing down again. He's got it within 65/100ths of a second. Trouble. There's more trouble. Contact. Around goes the 93. Around goes the 94. They stacked up behind him. Caution number 4 is out. And it's a big time stack up here on the backstretch. Caution's going to be out, and that's going to screw up the plans of Nate Wines yet again. Yeah, Nate Wines' strategy relies on long green flag runs to happen in order for his strategy to work. And I think that's what the team was banking on, because they saw that at Ocala and they were like, okay, we'll take this strategy and we'll run with it for Montgomery. It's not working. Yeah, Nate Wines is going to surrender the lead again. No, actually, he's staying out. Well, this time he's staying out. I'm shocked. The last time we saw this happen, he went down pit road. It's an interesting development to say the least. But he stays out and leads lap 78, so we're way past halfway point, so at any point if weather comes, it's an official race. Well, don't forget, we also have a maximum of 3 green white checkered attempts, much like we see in the ADPS. So, clearly, it's going to be interesting to see what happened. Yeah, so here's what actually happened. Oh, it's turn 2, Calamity Corner, they come off turn 2. Oh, Dylan Cleesby got a piece of it, and he hits the wall hard. Hard hit, and there was more stack. Oh my goodness, did you see that hard hit Maximal Reel took? That was way too hard of a hit. That's going to end the night adjusted. No, man, Maximal Reel's night's done. That's 2 more drivers out, and that's more points for JD Bragler. Yeah, well, he can no longer finish any worse than 22nd. We're going to follow around Bragler. Gets loose into the wall, and then it's, ooh. Oh, hard hit. There's Leland fighting that 27 Pontiac. He'll be changing over to the number 0 Dodge. Starting at Slinger. I'm surprised he's switching over to Dodge because he's been having such a fantastic run and in that 27 Pontiac. I agree, and here's the drone cam. About time we get this thing going. And then you see it down the backstretch. Ooh, look out! Stacked up, and it's a classic short track log jam. Ooh, big time here from Bragler. Yeah, absolute tough break there. What is our drone cam doing? I don't know, is the pilot just that smooth, or... I have no idea, but either way, we're going to go on board with Evan Toddy. Watch Bragler, he's the one you want to watch. Hits the wall, into Toddy, into Cleesby, and they both go around, and it's just on from there, and Toddy gets some air too. I'm surprised Evan Toddy's able to keep going after that. Yeah, a hard hellacious hit from that 94, and I think the 42 also got a piece of it. I'm not entirely sure about the 42, but we'll look. I'm certain that the 42 got a piece of it. Watching him from the helicopter, because I watched the 42 car on the bottom of your screen. Yeah, there's the contact, 3 wide, hinged, and yeah, he kind of hit Star. Oh, he did get hit twice. He hit Star Racer, and then he got hit from behind by Kylie Brighter. So he did get a piece of it. Caution number 4 on the night is out here at the Montgomery Speedway. JD Bragler gets loose, coming off 2, comes down to the Evan Toddy and Dylan Cleesby, and the 93-94 go around 25 into the wall, and it just causes a massive log jam from there. The 6 and the 4 are done for the night. We're going to step aside for a commercial break. Come right back with some more CLMS Racing here on the Competition Racing Network. Ooh, man. Brutal. Oh, no. I thought we were going to take a commercial break, but I was wrong. Wow. Anyway, welcome back to the Craftsman Late Models Series. It's Alan No, I was calling myself Alan Gosling. I'm Connor Speed alongside Jack Roberts and Scott Miles, and we're in the middle of a commercial-free block of racing brought to you by the Sci-Fi Show, NASCAR The Shootout, powered by the Donator, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm excited for what's about to come next. I can guarantee you that the host of Highline Runners, Alan Mooch, he's gonna be excited too. Wait a minute. You're telling me that Alan Mooch is an actor on the show? Yeah! What does he do? He plays the host of the popular podcast show, of the popular racing podcast show Highline Runners. Okay, well, that's cool and all. Let's talk about this race again, as here you see J.D. Braylor once again lined up on the inside to Nate Wines. Once again taking away that inside lane. Let's see if Nate Wines can get a jump here on Paul Donlin. I don't know if he's going to be able to. They're going to come off turn 4. And the green flag's back in the air, we're back on their way. Here they go back to turn 1. Great jump for Nate Wines, but a better jump from Paul Donlin. Donlin's going to die to the inside. Off turn 2, Nate Wines will hold him up. Yeah, well, he's out of the groove in turn 2, down the backstretch. Doors open for Donlin. And they head to turn number 3, side by side, and Paul Donlin will take the lead here in his second race. Paul Donlin has led in both races we've run so far, and let's see if he can get away from Nate Wines in that 21 car down the backstretch. Donlin will be moving over to Morrill Motorsports, owned by IndyCar legend Alex Morrill, 3 wide behind him. And the lap car Wrangler gets split down the middle. Here comes Campos. Here comes Fife. Yeah, they are moving in this field. Here they come off turn 2. KR to the inside of Roberto Crown Jr. Jr.'s in the wall. Roberto Crown Jr. smacks the wall, and that's going to open up the door for Campos to get a spot. Yeah, free spot for Tanner Campos off turn number 4. It's Paul Donlin being chased by Michael Patron. Really had to think about that for a second there, as now Patron's trying to go after Paul Donlin for the lead. Yeah, Nate Wines has fallen to 3rd after that fantastic restart by Donlin. Absolutely. Down the backstretch, off turn 4, headed for the turn 1, I should say, as we complete lap 87 of 150. Here they come down the backstretch. Yeah, they're down the backstretch right now. Top 2 have gotten away from Nate Wines. They roll into turn 3, and they roll off turn 4. Meanwhile, back here, it's PQ guys. I am by side with Roberto Crown Jr. Roberto Crown Jr. is going to wash up the racetrack into the wall. He comes down in front of Marcos Suarez. He saves the car, and he'll come back up onto the racetrack into traffic. And it's just like Dylan Jones. Cautions is going to be out for the 5th time tonight. 5 cautions. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. And you gotta be wondering if Paul Donlin's gonna come down pit road. I don't think he's gonna come down pit road. You got what you got at this point. He might, though. I would not bank on that. And let's see what happens. Pit road's open. Donlin stays to the outside, bypassing the pit lane. And everybody's going to stay on the racetrack. I'm honestly surprised that they're going to try and run the rest of this race on 1 tank of fuel. Well, these cars, they can really run for quite a while. So let's see what brought out this caution here. So watch Roberto Crown Jr. Yeah, he washes up the racetrack into the wall, comes down into Marcos Suarez, and then he has it saved, tries to come back up onto the racetrack, but Mooch and Go are there, and Tyler Go gets the worst of it from that hit. Absolutely. You gotta feel bad for Tyler Go. Not exactly having a great season, and I don't think these wrecks are helping matters either. Yeah. Watch again. Here's Roberto Crown. Comes up the racetrack. Comes down into Suarez. Saves the car. Comes back onto the racetrack, and then it's just on from there. Yeah, Alan Mooch got another piece of it, but good news, again, if you're a fan of Alan Mooch, he is okay. His car is fine. He says that it's minor damage, just to the nose. They can get it fixed, and they'll be good. So yeah, here's another. So yeah, let's look at that again. Yeah, you can just see it here. Hits the wall, comes down. This is the angle we saw, and Roberto Crown had it saved. Comes back onto the racetrack. But Alan Mooch was there, and I swear you could hear Alan say, "Not clear, jackass," on the radio to Roberto Crown Jr. Like, what was... Yeah, you can bet you Alan Roach was screaming bloody murder about Roberto Crown Jr. being an idiot. I would not be surprised. Yeah, there's the slide, there's the save, comes back onto the racetrack, and he goes from hero to zero in a matter of seconds. Yeah, what is our drone camera crew doing? Remember how I said that the drone cam would probably be better? Can we get a better drone camera crew? Or someone who can pilot the drone? That'd be great. On board with the 26 of Alan Mooch. There's the hit, slides down the racetrack, has it saved, comes back up. Yep. I don't know what Roberto Crown Jr. was thinking, but I know what Alan Mooch was thinking. Absolutely, Alan Mooch is now not happy with Roberto Crown Jr. with that idiotic move, so to speak. Well, that's just putting it mildly. Alan was screaming more absurd obscenities than you could imagine. Well, here's a look at it from the helicopter cam. There's the wash up the racetrack, into the wall, comes down, slides, save, comes back up, not clear, and Tyler Gold just gets piled up into it as well. Honestly, I'm surprised that it's another 3-car wreck and not a massive pileup in turn 3, as caution number 5 on the night is out. Yeah, caution number 5 on the night comes from Roberto Crown Jr. getting loose, hitting the turn 2 wall, much like everyone else has for the night. Roberto Crown goes down, saves the car, he looks like a hero, not for long, gets into Alan, comes up the racetrack with Alan Mooch blocking the lane, and it's just over from there. Ooh, hard hit for Tyler Go as well. Ouch. I don't think Tyler Go is going to be happy about that either. Getting ready to go back under the green flag here, Paul Donlin will lead the way here in the Craftsman Late Model Series Yellowhammer 150, race number 2 of 25 on the Craftsman Late Model Series season. They roll into turn 4. Whites are going to go on top of the pace car. J.D. Brayler tailing on the lead lap, I believe. Unless I am mistaken. I don't see him. There he is. He's rolling up to the inside of Paul Donlin right now. Yeah, Paul Donlin's having a really great night in that number 8 car. Hopefully he can finish it off with a win. I don't know. The last time Paul Donlin was in this situation, he kind of lost it. So I don't know if he's going to lose it here on this restart, or if it's going to be the next restart. But I got a feeling that Paul Donlin's going to lose it. Man, aren't you a pessimistic commentator today? Either way, Brayler and Donlin are going to line up on the front row. Brayler is a lap down. Green flag back in the air. Green flag back in the air. Great jump by Paul Donlin. He'll go to turn 1 as the race leader. Patron washed up the racetrack. Donlin keeps it cool, keeps it calm. He nearly gets into the wall off too. Yeah, but he does not hit the wall. They roll into turn 3 and all the action's happening behind him. Yeah, and you got all kinds of hell happening behind him as they are trying to get around J.D. Brayler in that lapped car. Following KR in the number 75 car. KR having himself a fantastic night, running inside the top 10, and he winds in the wall. He winds the wall around, goes KR, hit by Marco Suarez, into the wall. And that's going to bring out the caution for the 6th time tonight. There's more trouble out here. Suarez and Grider go for it. Yeah, Suarez and Grider having at it here on the short track in Montgomery, and Donlin's going to continue to lead the way. And Nate White's probably kicking himself for not going down pit road underneath a couple of cautions ago. Tough break for Nate Wines there. He was having a pretty fantastic run, running inside the top 10. And now he's going to have to go down pit road, get the damage repaired, and that's going to hurt his race. Yeah, and everyone else is going to bypass. There you see appears to be the 88 of Omaki going down pit road as well. I don't know, but Omaki's running a part-time schedule for the ADPS alongside Patrick Roden. Here's what happened. Yeah, KR is going to wash up the racetrack. No, it's going to be Nate Wines. Hits the wall off turn 2, Calamity Corner. And then it's just Suarez hits Patron, no, KR. And oh my goodness, Jaeger got a piece of it as well. Damage for that 18 car as well. Yeah, tough break. Here's the hit from Wines. KR slides, spin, and oh, got the Jaeger and then Grider. Quinn Jaeger got a piece of it, and that's gonna end Marco Suarez's night, I believe. No, it's not gonna end his night, but any shot he had of winning this race, it's gone. Here's a following around the Tron Cam again. Yeah, there's the hit. And there's the slide down the backstretch. There's the stack up in turn 3. Grider and Jaeger get a piece of it. Yeah, that's just unfortunate timing for Marco Suarez there. Yeah, he was just in the wrong place, wrong time. On board with Quinn Jaeger. Watch Nate Wines. He hits the wall there. Then slides down and... I don't think Quinn Jaeger had time to check up. Kylie Grider didn't even notice what was going on till it was too late. Yeah, absolutely, and you can just see it here from this angle, and this will be the real tale of the tape. 21 hits the wall, comes down to the 75, 75 into the 18, 18 spins him around. And by the time Jaeger checks up, it's too late. Grider tries to slow down. It's also too late. Caution number 6 is out on the night. And it's a tough one to talk about, folks. Because it ends the night of ends the shot of winning for some really great drivers, including KR. As Nate Wines washed up by the racetrack, hits the outside wall. KR gets turned by Marco Suarez, and then it just stacks up from there. And it's on. Yeah, big time stack up in turn 3. Not really a stack up. Not really a big time stack up, though.
Man, doing all this work is very thirst-provoking. If only I had a beverage. Man, if only I had a beverage. Oh yeah, epic.
Here you go. Here's a nice, refreshing Pepsi.
Awesome.
Have a good day.
Refreshing. Pepsi, get it now!
Oh man, I'm thirsty today. I wonder if there's anything here. Oh, a perfectly good bang. I wonder why they call it that though. I mean, it's cotton candy. Whoa, that is good! Let's go! I got energy for days! Oh! I'm good.
What a hard day of school, man. If only there was just something, like some kind of sweet treat for me to snack on. Oh boy, let's see. Some berries, nah. Bunch of weird greens, water, too basic. Oh boy, would you look at that? An untouched peanut butter shake from Dairy Queen. Like, it's just sitting in its lonesome self. I think I'm gonna drink it. That's the spoon.
Man, am I thirsty. I could go for a nice, refreshing soda right now, and oh, hey, how convenient. There's a Dr. Pepper right here with my name on it. I don't know how I got here, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. I'm gonna drink it. Ooh. 23 unique flavors in here. Wow, I am refreshed as ever, and I'm ready to get back to... Oh, hold on. Hello? You're who? Bob Jakowski. I don't know anyone named Bob Jakowski. You have a message for me. Okay, what's your message? Wait, what? Oh, no. No, don't say the line. Don't say the line. No! Welcome back to the Yellow Hammer 150. I'm Jack Roberts alongside Scott Miles and Connor Speed. Man, we were doing so well on our transitions to commercial breaks, and then we screwed it up on caution number 6. Give it up for us, folks. We're professionals. Well, as he laments about that, Glats out atop the pace car once again. JD Branger lines up to the inside of Paul Donlin, who continues to lead the way over Michael Patron, Luke Silva, Tanner Campos, Leland Fife, Nate Wines, Alan Moach, PQ Guy, Star Racer, and Ian Styles. I'm actually surprised. Ian Styles and Star Racer both got involved in cautions earlier in the race, and now they're running in the top 10. I think they are having a pretty great race right now. Well, let's see if that's going to keep up here. They will roll into turn number 4. Pace car is going to duck onto the pit lane. Paul Donald's going to lead us to the green flag with Wrangler to his inside. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. We're back on the right. Donald gets a great jump again. But how good of a jump? Not really good, as Patron stays with him. Yeah, Patron stayed with him. Donald's up the racetrack in turn 2. He's in the wall. Into the wall. Around goes Paul Donald. Trouble. Caution's out. 7th time tonight. More trouble. Wrangler involved. And Leland 5 ducks to the inside. I have no words for what happened there. Your guess is as good as mine, but look who's leading right now. The driver making his debut, Luke Sylvan, is leading this race right now. I'm stunned about this. What a turn of events for the 37 car, playing it safe, and now he's leading in front of Tanner Campos. Yeah, both these drivers are going to be rookies in the upcoming ADPS season, as we're going to take a look and break down what happened. I feel like there's a lot to unpack here in this one. And I think it starts, and we saw it here, Paul Dunlin hitting the wall off turn 2. Well, yeah, that's a pretty good place to start. It happens in front of the field. Paul Donlin smacks the wall, gets into Michael Patron. Patron's into the wall. He comes down in the Brangler, and then, oh my goodness, it's just on from there. Brangler got hit, and oh my god, it's just chaos behind them. Absolute mayhem in turn 3. That's the kind of wreck I was expecting to happen earlier in a previous caution. We're going to follow around Danny Suarez. The chaos has already started. Donald's got his car saved, and then there's just more action here. Patron, and then it just stacks up, and oh my god! And up and over goes Danny Suarez in that 15 car. The bad luck for the 15 continues. Yeah, but he's able to drive away, surprisingly. Yeah, we're gonna follow around it. We're gonna follow the action from our drone cam. There's the hit. Donlin makes the save, and then there's more chaos happening up front, and then it just kind of stacks up. Ryder gets into him, and that's what sends the 15 up and over. Marco Suarez, his night is over, and that's more free spots for JD Bregler, who can now not finish anywhere. Oh, he's gonna get 2 more spots as Omaki had his car go up in smoke. Man, oh man, on board with Kylie Ryder in the 16. And then she hits Danny Suarez here, and oh, she gets them there too. Hard lick for the 16. I'm surprised she's not out of the race. Yeah, the 16, that car is a tough cookie to crack. Yeah, here they come off turn number 4. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, they were going 3 wide. There's the spin from Donlin. Saves it. Oh, wow. Who turned the 57 car is the question, because that's what causes the logjam in turn 3. Yeah, and then Suarez hits the wall. Marco Suarez hits the wall. Danny Suarez goes flipping. They're not related, by the way. And Omaki, you can see just going up in smoke here. Dylan Cleesby also involved. Suspended from the ADPS for a full season. As caution number 7 is out, Donlin hits the wall. Hits Patron. Goes for a spin. Donlin saves it, but Patron gets hit by Bregler, and this just causes a turn 3 logjam where Danny Suarez goes up and over. We're going to step aside for a break. Come right back to some more racing action here from the Yellowhammer 150 here on the Competition Racing Network.
Take your best shot, make your move. Oh, step right up, who's next? You're messing with the best. Redacted fire, coming in like lightning. Look out, we're striking. Ready, set, let's go.
Welcome back to the Yellow Hammer 150 here from the Montgomery Motor Speedway. I'm Jack Roberts, joined in the booth by Connor Speed and Scott Miles, my great co-host. Yeah, Luke Silva right now has the lead over Tanner Campos here on lap 105 of 150. 45 to go when they get back across the stripe. 44 to go when we get back to the green flag. And Tanner Campos, he is chomping at the heels for a win in either the ADPS or the CLMS. And it looks like he might have a shot here in the CLMS tonight in race number 2. And you can bet the fans in Tennessee are going wild as their two drivers are running second and third right now. Yeah, it's going to be a matter of which city's going to be screaming the loudest. Is it going to be Newport, Tennessee, where Nate Wines is from, or is it going to be Nashville, Tennessee, where Tanner Campos hails from? Well, either way, the Tennessee natives are running well here in Montgomery, Alabama. They're going to head into turn 4. Let's out of the top. The pace car, it's on pit road. Pace car hits the pit road. Here comes Luke Silva. He's got a hold of Tanner Campos and Nate Wines and Alan Mooch. Green flag back in the air. Great start by the Campos and Silva cars. They head for turn 1. Side nose to tail. Campos trying to find a way around. Can't quite do it. Stays with him. Silva's on the move. Silva's got the lead. He'll look to the outside. Campos trying to put a bumper run on him. And Brigler's trying to get back on the lead. Like they're side by side. Silva hangs on to the lead. And the Iowa native's going to lose it to Campos. Campos clears for the lead. Tanner Campos off turn number 2. He's got the lead. He hits the wall. He nearly gets turned. They both save it. What a save, and that's going to let Nate Wines get to second. Campos hangs on. He's got the lead. They roll into turn 4 across the stripe. 42 to go. And what a save by Tanner Campos. Luke Silva being chased by Nate Wines now. They head down the back stretch, headed for turn 3. Trouble, chaos in the back, all kinds of contact, but we will not get a caution. We'll stay green. And Leland 5 is running in 5th right now of that 27 Pontiac. Again, we want to remind you that he'll be switching over to the Zero Dodge, starting at Slinger. Here they come into turn number 2. Leland 5 trying to find a way around Star Racer. Your top 5 right now is Ford, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Pontiac. That is your top 5 right now. With Leland 5 running out the top 5, Tanner Campos now has 40 laps to go before he sees checkered flag number 1 in the CLMS for his career. Yeah, and Tanner Campos is running away with the show, and Nashville is loving it. Yeah, Nashville's loving it. They are chanting "Tighten Up" right now, and oh my goodness, am I hearing that right? They're having a watch party for this race at the Nissan Stadium in Tennessee, at the home of the Tennessee Titans. Really? Wow. Well, there's a name drop that you didn't expect to hear on this show. Well, they head to turn 3 now, and Luke Silva can't catch Campos right now. Campos is checking out and hauling ass. Yeah, Tanner Campos has just hauled ass, and he's driving away in that number 00 Ford Mustang for his own team, Team Campos Racing. Down the backstretch, headed for turn number 3 here on lap 113. Yeah, Roberto Crown Jr. into the wall in turn 2. He gets hit by Tyler Go. They both go around. No, Go shoves him down the racetrack. Caution's out. 8th time tonight. The caution is out, and Campos slamming his hand against the steering wheel saying, "You have got to be kidding me. We couldn't just make it to the end on a long green flag run." Well, I think it's going to give everybody a breather one final time. I'm not sure, but there might be more coming. There could be more cautions coming, and you're right about that. It's a possibility. Pit road's open. And are there going to be any takers? The answer is a resounding no. It looks like everyone's saying you got what you got, you might as well just run it to the end. These race cars have been some durable machines, I should say. I had to stop thinking about the word. I was going to say vehicles, but vehicles, machines, they're the same thing. Not really. technically is. I'll give you that one. Well, either way, we know what happened, and I think it's time to break it down. So Roberto Crown Jr. once again turned to Calamity Corner. He hits the outside wall, and then he gets clipped by Tyler Go, and Tyler Go just shoves him down the racetrack. I'm not sure if Tyler Go is going to be fined or suspended for that, but it's going to be interesting to see what the CLMS officials say about that. Yeah, he hits the wall off turn 2, and then just spins Tyler Go and forces him down. Roberto Crown Jr. and Roberto Crown Jr. just gets forced down the racetrack by Go. And I don't think Roberto Crown Jr. is happy about that. No, I wouldn't be happy either. And here's what the drone cam saw. Yeah, there's the hit to the wall, and oh yeah, I don't know if that was intentional. That looked very intentional from this angle, because you could clearly see that. Watch on board from Tyler Go. This will be the tail of the tape. Hits the wall, comes down. Oh yeah. One hit. The first hit I don't think was intentional. The second one, I feel like that was totally intentional. I'm not sure what Tyler Go has against Roberto Crown Jr. in that moment there. Because look at this. He watches up the racetrack, gets loose, into the wall, comes down, and then hits Tyler Go as he's sliding. Tyler Go lets up and then hits him again. And that's going to bring out caution number 8. As Roberto Crown Jr. once again watches up the racetrack, comes down, he gets hit by Tyler Go, and they hit by Tyler Go again. Into the inside wall goes Roberto Crown Jr., spins around, trains it out, and is able to keep going. We'll step aside for another break. Come right back with some more racing here on the... Next race for the Craftsman Late Model Series is going to be the Slinger Nationals from the Slinger National Speedway. But for now, let's finish up the Yellowhammer 150 here from the Montgomery Motor Speedway here in Montgomery, Alabama. Alan Johnson, Jack Roberts, Scott Miles here, the both of you, hoping we have wrapped up our last caution period of the night. And you know who else is hoping that? Tanner Campos. He had a really great run going, and he got the lead away from Luke Silva on that last race start before the caution came out on lap 113. Well, here we go. Once again, J.D. Bregler lining up to the inside of Tanner Campos in that 00 car. JD Bregler in the 93 black and white Minion. Tanner Campos in the blue Exalta 00 car. Yeah, that's a Ford Mustang, so of course it's going to be Ford versus Chevrolet, a classic duel for the ages. Once again, the Nashville, Tennessee native trying to hold off the Iowa native, and they're being chased by the Florida native of Star Racer, followed by the Tennessee native of Nate Wines, then Leland Fife rounds out the top 5. Green flag back in the air, we're back underway. Great jump by Tanner Campos. Great start for Leland, for Luke Sylvain. Leland Fife gets caught behind Nate Wines. Yeah, and he's trying to find a way around. They're 3-1 with Bregler on the inside. They will clear him. Bregler's putting up a fight, though. Side by side, they'll stay 3 wide, and Leland Fife's just going to be watching on, and he'll not want to get involved in that. They finally get it sorted out as Nate Wines clears JD Bregler. Star Racer's going to try and do the same on the outside line, and that outside line has been treacherous in turn 2. Yeah, meanwhile, out in front, Sylvain's not letting Campos get away. Battle for the lead is on. Crowd on their feet. They roll to turn 1. Back to turn 1 they go. Rolling into turn number 2. Down the back stretch. It's Tanner Campos with the lead over Sylvain, but not by much. Yeah, they roll into turn 3. Here they come off turn 4. It's back to Tanner Campos, and he's starting to flex those driving muscles again. He's off turn 4. He's got the lead and back to 1. Back to turn 1 they go. It's lap 122 on the board. 30 to go. Less than 30 to go. Down the backstretch, Nate Wines continues to watch on for the third spot. Meanwhile, behind him, it's a battle for 4th between Star Racer and Leland Fife. Got that 27 car. Gonna need to come to the 0 Dodge, as we've been talking about all night long. Gonna be an interesting story, and interesting to see how the change from the Pontiac to the Dodge pays off for Leland, as he's been Pontiac's bread and butter driver. Yeah, he's been waving the banner for Pontiac since the drop of the green flag in Ocala. Meanwhile, Tanner Campos checking out to a half-second lead on Luke Sylvain, and it's growing. They head for turn 3. They roll into turn 3. Here they come off turn number 4, and Tanner Campos continues to lead the way, and the crowd is rolling here in Montgomery. Yeah, meanwhile, you can actually hear some people that came from Tennessee as they're chanting "Tighten up" in the grandstands. See, I told you this booth wasn't soundproof. Well, either way, Star Racer just got passed by Leland Fife, and now Leland is going to be trying to work on that number 21 car of Nate Wines for 3rd. Yeah, meanwhile, back here, PQ guy running 7th, and how about KR running in 9th? He wasn't running in 8th, I should say. He got spun out earlier, and he's recovered very nicely. What a run by KR, and look who's just outside the top 10 behind Dylan Jones. It's Alan Mooch in the 26 car. Alan to the inside. Alan Mooch dives to the inside, rolls into turn 3. Alan Muccioli, he had a fantastic car earlier, led a lot of laps, but now he's not been leading a lot of them ever since he got caught in traffic. Yeah, he got caught in the traffic, and now there you see the number 8 car, Paul Donlin. He recovered very nicely from his spin, and he's in 8th. What a run by Paul Donlin. Alan Mooch just got by Dylan Jones. He runs out the top 10 now, looking to try and get 9th away from KR. Alan Mooch has really worked heads and tails to get back in the top 10, and he's making sure they know who's in charge of that 26 car. Well, Alan Mooch, he's the leader of comebacks right now. Actually, no, the leader of comebacks is Tanner Campos, because Tanner Campos had a pretty bad race in Ocala, and now he's here having a great run in Montgomery. And once again, Tanner Campos across the stripe, 20 laps to go, and that lead is growing by the moment. By the lap, it's up to 1.1 seconds between him and Sylvain. Meanwhile, back here, it's a big scrum, and Leland Fife has dropped out of the top 5. He's dropped to 7th. Here comes Paul Donlin. He's trying to get by Star Racer. Alan Mooch looking to get by PQ Guy. And so is KR across the stripe as we follow the 48 of Dylan Jones, who's in 11th right now, being chased by Ian Stiles and everyone else behind him. Yeah, Dylan Jones not exactly having a great night now. Alan Moach tries to clear PQ Guy. That's a battle for 9th right now. Alan Moach wants to spot. PQ Guy has it. They roll off turn number 4. Dylan Jones continues to lead, launch on from the comforts of 11th. And PQ Guy's gonna lose the spot to Alan Moog. PQ Guy in the wall. Ian Stiles in the wall. No caution. We'll stay green. Here they come off turn number 4. Meanwhile, out in front, while we were watching all that chaos happen, Campos has stretched out his lead to a 1.41 second lead. Yeah, and it's only gonna grow from here, and it doesn't look like any cautions are forthcoming. This is what Tanner Campos wanted to see. He finally gets a chance to show what that 00 Exalta Ford Mustang has under the hood. Ford power. Oh, and blowing up is Dylan Jones. Dylan Jones blows up, headed for turn 1. He was blowing up coming off of 4, and let's see if he can get down to pit road. Is there going to be any reports of oil? None of the drivers on the racetrack are reporting oil on the track. No word from the tower, and we'll stay green. That's going to definitely be controversial if there is oil on the racetrack and drivers are just not screaming about it. Well, it doesn't look like there is any oil laid down on the racetrack because they are holding down the racetrack quite well. And Tanner Campos is about to catch Kylie Grider, put her a lap down. Oh, that's going to be an unfortunate break for Kylie Grider. She was staying on the lead lap for so long. But now that Tanner Campos is starting to drive away and put some muscle, put some ground between himself and Sylvain, he can start putting cars between the two of them now. Well, here they come off turn number 4. And Tanner Campos goes to the inside of Kylie Grider. And Kylie Grider is now 1 lap down. Yeah, Tanner Campos has it up to a 1.73 second lead as they head for turn 3. Yeah, headed for turn 3. Kylie Grider, we're following around the lap car of the number 16 Pontiac Forsyth Racing, as she is the only car between the 00 and the 37. They head for turn number 2, down the backstretch. Meanwhile, back here is all the chaos, and PQ Guy and Element are battling for 10th once more. That's actually a battle for 9th. Yeah, and PQ Guy wants the spot back, and Alan Mooch is going to lose it to PQ Guy as he's on the outside line. Bad line by Alan Mooch. I know he's a veteran short track racer. I know he's a short track legend, actually. But you cannot be making mistakes like that. PQ Guy, he's not going to be one to lie down easily. Yeah, PQ Guy's really having a race where he shines tonight here in that 34 car. They roll off of turn number 4, by the way, and Luke Silvy's finally cleared Kylie Grider with 10 to go this time by, and Tanner Campos has it up to a 2.16 second lead. Yeah, an unfortunate break for Dylan Jones, as we're getting word that it was the gearbox that blew up, that gave up on him. Is that what was causing the smoke? No fluid on the racetrack? I guess that's a reason to take great, I guess. 9 to go for Tanner Campos. 9 laps to go as Campos rolls off turn 2. He's got it to a 2.16 second lead. Here they go, rolling into turn 3. And at turn number 3, Tanner Campos keeps it cool, keeps it calm, keeps it collected. Here he comes off turn number 4. Going to be 8 to go this time by. 8 more laps for Campos. He's got it up to a 2.33 second lead coming off of turn 2. Down the backstretch, Tanner Campos well on his way to victory. And everybody in Tennessee is now chanting tighten up for Tanner Campos as he rolls off turn number 4. Going to be 7 to go. This time by 7 laps to go. Campos going to have Brangler up ahead, I believe. He'll roll into turn 2. Down the backstretch, headed for turn number 3 once again. Here he comes into turn number 3. Rolls into turn number 4. 6 to go. This time by for the 00 Exalta Ford Mustang of Tanner Campos. Luke Silva, no chance. It's 2.5 seconds for Tanner Campos over the 37. Yeah, and Tanner Campos is in cruise control. He's flexing that driving muscle. Headed for turn 3. Back to turn 3 they go. 5 to go for Tanner Campos, this time by crowd on their feet. Cheering, going crazy, jumping up and down, losing their minds out here. Tanner Campos in the middle of a historic beatdown. It's up to 2.89 seconds and still growing. I think he brushed the wall a little bit off turn 2. That might affect the his speed a little bit, but not enough to affect the outcome of this race. 4 laps to go for Tanner Campos. Back to turn 1 he goes. It's down to 2.8 seconds after being up to 2.89 at one point. Down the back stretch, no pressure from Luke Silva. Tanner Campos just needs 2 more laps. He needs 3 more, actually. Here he comes off turn 4. And he'll get the signal from the flagman. 3 more laps for him. 3 laps between Tanner Campos and win number 1. It's 2.8 seconds. 2.78 seconds and kind of decreasing, but Campos continues to be in cruise control in that number 00 Exalta Ford Mustang 14 Campos Racing. Next time by, he'll see 2 to go. It's 2 to go at the stripe. 2 more. It's just 8 more turns for Tanner Campos. Into turn 1. He's got a long gap between them. It's back up to 2.89 seconds as he's down the backstretch. Down the backstretch he goes. Into turn number 3. White flag in the air. One final time for Tanner Campos as Brangler's ahead. JD Brangler's going to be in front of him, but it won't matter. White flag. One final time around for Campos. He's in turn 1. Rolls into turn 1. Now he's off of turn 2. Down the backstretch into the Montgomery, Alabama Starlight. Starlight, you mean, because here he comes into turn 3. Off of turn 4. And Tennessee, get ready to tighten up because Tanner Campos clamps down and wins at Montgomery, Alabama. And the Yellowhammer 150 is going to go to Tanner Campos. Luke Silva finishes 2nd. Leland 5th, 3rd. Michael Patron 4th. Paul Donlin 5th. Star Racer 6th. Alan Mooch 7th. Nate Wines 8th. 9th place goes to PQ Guy with KR rounding out the top 10. What a run for KR. He's spun out. Look how beaten up that race car is. A lot of these race cars going to look like they raced at Martinsville. Well, that's short track racing for you. They're going to look like they raced at a short track. And there were some really hellacious hits in this race. What a run for Tanner Campos, leading the final 43 laps to claim win number 1. He wins the race, leads a lap, leads the most laps. He's got a max points day coming out of this one. And a job well done by Tanner Campos as there he goes. First burnout for Tanner Campos in the CLMS. Yeah, and he's going to hopefully carry that momentum over to the ADPS. Oh, he's stuck against the wall. Oh, there he goes. You can tell he's new to these burnouts because he's never done them before. And now he's got the smoke going again. What a job well done by Tanner Campos, winning in the widest margin of victory for the CLMS so far, and we're only 2 races in. So far it's been an exciting season. 2 races in, 2 very completely different races. Campos flexing his driving muscles late in this one to win by nearly 3 seconds. 3 seconds, that's impressive for Tanner Campos. Yeah, and the crowd is absolutely eating this one up. I think look at Tanner Campos. He's just having fun now. I would be having fun too if I absolutely won in a landslide victory. I wouldn't even exactly call it a landslide because he really had to work his way to the lead. Once he got around Luke Silva, there was nobody who could challenge him, and Campos just kind of took it from there. Yeah, you can really tell that Campos is having fun as he's doing the reverse burnout. Now, we've seen that in the ADPS a couple times, more like a lot of times. It's just kind of become a staple of the ADPS, and now Tanner Campos doing it here in the CLMS, as Ethan O'Connor also did so after winning at Ocala. Well, Tanner Campos has a shot at CLMS history in at the Slinger Nationals to become the first ever CLMS driver to go back-to-back in the series. Man, a young up-and-start series, and we're 2 races in, and history already has a chance to be written. Are we going to see 3 different winners, or are we going to see our first back-to-back winner? That's going to be an intriguing storyline going into that one. Yeah, and Ethan O'Connor's also going to be an intriguing storyline. Alan Mooch is going to be an intriguing storyline. Quinn Yeager, the defending champion, he's going to be an intriguing storyline. Absolutely. So many different ways that can play out, and it's big. And Tanner Campos I think he's blown the engine. No, I don't think so. If he did, I can't tell. Either way, congratulations to Tanner Campos one final time for winning the Craftsman Late Model Series race here on your point standings and race results after the Yellowhammer 150 here from the Montgomery International Speedway.
Welcome to the big show, where the legends go. Everybody knows it's our house. Fighting for Tennessee, making history. Greatness is meant to be ours now. Hey, we got Titan blood running through our veins.